That's normally me, that green player, but today, no. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today we are looking at monks and djinns. Now whilst that does sound, and if I was to ever start a djinn company, I think I would have to call it this, but it sounds like a djinn company. It's not. It's a new deck. And what is this deck? It's based around partly the Monastery Mentor, which is the 3 costing human monk creature. It's a 2/2 with prowess. Prowess being whenever we cast a non-creature spell it gets 1/1 at the end of turn. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. Now obviously, this could get out of hand pretty quickly, because if you start spamming out loads of spells, you're going to get lots of monks, and then you're going to get those to then grow quickly the more spells you spam. So we want lots of cheap spells is what I'm getting with this. What we then want is a way to make spells cheaper and something that benefits from us casting spells as well. Step in Haughty Djinn. Now I don't think I've ever actually published a deck on this channel that features this before, could be wrong. But I actually really like this card. I just hate it because it gets a bad rap in terms of it's always put in mono blue decks. I'm not a big fan of mono blue, but this is the 3 costing star 4 flying djinn. Its power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in our graveyard. Now, instant and sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast. What that really means is we don't want to focus too much on 1 costing instants and sorcery spells, because then we're not getting a discount. Obviously though, we do still need a lot of them because we want to be able to get some in the graveyard before we drop these creatures really. Ideally we drop this out of cut down range and being able to protect it. Other new spells that we're running is this one, C Double. This is a 4 costing instant. This spell can't be copied. Choose one. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, virtually never versus us. You can copy target spell, choose new targets for the copy, or you can create a token of that's a copy of target creature. So it's actually a very flexible card, and whilst it does cost 4, it will cost 3 if we have our djinn down. Being able to copy our own djinn, for example, as a creature, copy the Monastery Mentor, be able to copy a creature that they've got, for example if they've got a Sheldred that's causing us problems, or something even bigger. We could also copy a target spell, so we could copy Invoke Despair or whatever they're going to cast that's nasty against us. So it's a very flexible card, and made cheaper by Djinn makes it feel playable. The rest of our spells are pretty cheap, so we're running the new Surge of Salvation. This card is fast becoming one of my favourite cards in this set, particularly when paired with Monastery Mentor, because Surge of Salvation is you and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Now, giving yourself and permanents you control hexproof, it doesn't give it indestructible, so that's why I first thought this was a little bit weak, because obviously like if someone depopulates you still get hit with this. But the fact that almost all removal except from certain sweepers are going to target you or your creatures is very strong. So, you know, all go for the throats, all like red removal spells, you know, you can sort of dodge any of those for 1 at instant speed. It's very nice. And prevent all damage that black and or red sources you would deal to creatures you control this turn. So we can almost use it as a combat trick against mono red. If we're getting attacked by like a big Raiju or something, we can just use it, block with our djinn will be alive, their Raiju will be dead, and then I'm sure we'll win the game. So it also, against certain matchups, particularly mono red, mono black, serves as a little bit of a extra little combat trick there. The reason that I don't think the lack of indestructible is too bad in this deck is that we've got lots of counter spells as well, right? So if our opponent's trying to use an expensive sweeper, we can often deal with that in another way. We don't need to rely on this card. But obviously being able to use a 1 costing instant that can protect the Mentor, as well as then trigger its prowess and create more monks, is really, really, really nice. So here's our new cards. We're also running a set of older instants and sorceries. So counter spell wise, we're running 3 Syncopates, 4 Make Disappears. Make Disappear is really nice in this deck. People overplay this card, but with Monastery Mentor, every time we cast a non-creature we get a 1/1, so we can very easily use the casualty of Make Disappear, making it counter target spell unless its controller pays 4 effectively, which then makes it so much more powerful. And these 1/1s, we don't care that much about them. They are useful, but given the increased power it gives Make Disappear, I think this combo is really, really nice. And then Syncopate is very nice with Haughty Djinn. The reason that this is quite a nice little card in this deck is there's a lot of things at the moment that matter for graveyard purposes, but also it gets made cheaper by Haughty Djinn. So you can hold open 1 blue and then have a cheeky Syncopate for 1. Also, if for example our opponent's trying to invoke Despair us or force us to sack a creature in some way and we only have one blue open and a Monastery Mentor, we can Syncopate for 0, triggering the prowess, creating a monk and then sack that monk instead. So there's lots of little like interesting plays we can make with this. Similarly to March of Swirling Mist, this is used to be played quite a bit. You don't see it around that much anymore, but it's blue and X. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of blue cards from your hand, cost 2 less to cast each spell, exiled this way, up to X target creatures phase out. So we can use this to protect our own creatures, or to get blockers out the way for us to swing in for a lethal attack, or as a combat trick to phase their stuff out the way when it's coming in for a lethal attack on us, and then we swing back. So, you know, this has got lots of little use cases. I don't think I want to play 4 of them in here just because I need the slots for other things. I could, for example, take out C double, but I like the flexible options this gives. But 2 feels about right to me. 2 Fading Hope for a bit of early game stall against things like mono red or mono white, which we're seeing quite a lot of these days. 3 Slip Out the Back. Slip Out the Back is really nice in the same sense as March of Swirling Mist. It's just a cheaper copy for early game, which can be helpful when we're trying to protect these 2 creatures. Soul Partition ×3. I'm really enjoying Soul Partition, especially when you have a Haughty Djinn down and you can cast this for 1 white. Exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it, but it costs 2 more. The reason this is really nice is that because we're running 8 counter spells, we can actually get something out the way. It's then going to cost them more, which makes these 2 like taxing counter spells where opponent can pay X to sort of not have the effect even better, because their thing's going to cost a lot, so they probably won't have extra mana left over. So the combo of running these with these counter spells is super nice. We're then running 2 Destroy Evils just to give us some out against like enchantments. So being able to remove enchantments, but also being able to like destroy some creatures is nice, and it gives us what mono blue lacks. Mono blue can never destroy creatures. There's no blue destroy. So being able to kill a creature for 1 if we've got a Djinn down, or 2 if we don't, is very, very nice. Let me just bunch those protection spells up. These are disruption spells. We've then got 4 Thirst for Discovery. I originally built this deck without this in, but being able to draw and discard is incredibly valuable in this deck, and I found that this was much needed, hence why I've cut some single copies of these out to make space for Discovery, and the win rate has gone up a lot since I've done that. And then, as a bit of a curveball, 1 Blue Sun's Twilight. Now, if I was building this deck completely seriously, I might not include this, but for the bants, we've got 2 and X, gain control of a target creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So, being able to like steal our opponent's big thing and smack them with it, or create a duplicate of it and then smack them with both, this just sounds hilarious to me. So, given that we can actually make it cost 6 if we have a Djinn down and steal something worth 5 and copy it, it could be a huge swing in a game. We are only running 1, put it in this category, but it does look fun. It does look fun. So I'd sort of align my spells up a bit in this category, sort of protection / counter, disruption, these are protection, and then sort of draw / develop board. So we've got a nice spread of spells. These are only 8 creatures, so if we don't draw our 8 creatures we can struggle, but given that we have the 4 first discoveries, we can scry with Fading Hope, and we could buy ourselves lots of time with our other cards. I'm hoping that we'll always find one of these 8. 8 is quite a lot in 60 cards. And then we're only running 23 lands for the same reason. I don't think, with a curve of only being 2 average, I think 23 is fine. You could argue for 24 and cut one of these if you're being serious, but I think, let's try it like this and see how we get on. Okay, not really my normal kind of deck, but I do think the Djinn is very strong. I've been keen to give it a go for a while, so fine. I haven't got loads of creatures in my hand, but what are we against here? Mono red. Mono black, okay. Rakdos, okay. Keep guessing, keep trying. Fable? Yeah, you do that, bro, you do that. Chandra incoming. I don't really want to discard that, so let's get rid of you. And you. Unfortunately, we haven't got a counter for Chandra, if that is what it is. That's okay for now. Double up, yeah, okay. No, don't need any more of those, thank you. Assuming there's no board wipes here, let's just get this party started. Get in for 7. And we could win next turn with these. If they have a board wipe, then we lose, frankly. But they're not even discarding all their cards. Children. So we would need to cast 4 spells, wouldn't we? To win, so we can't do that this turn. But we can make a start. So if we do like this, then next turn we should easily be able to get rid of all. So this phase is until the start of their controllers next turn. So at the end of this turn, we can exile 4 things with March. No, because we don't want to do it during. We want to do it during our turn, so we get the prowess trigger. Yeah, we need 2 prowess triggers, and we don't guarantee drawing in instant or sorcery. We did it. So if we do this. We do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bing, bing, bing. What is this like that? That was sweet. I had fun. Let's try again. Alright. That first one went surprisingly well, so it'll be interesting if we can see if we can keep it up. Okay, this looks legit. So we want to keep a basic land around for this. Got 1, but might need that one. We will. Syncopate for 1 online or Soul Partition. Don't know what mono is. Is it mono blue? Ooh. Okay. We could thirst now, I suppose, because we need this to resolve. We need to hit our lands. Okay. We've got at least 1 land for next turn. They didn't take a land off their impulse. I mean, maybe they didn't see one. That would be very unlucky. Or they got greedy. So what do we want? I guess C double could be nice to hold. Okay, we'll get to 4. So we could copy a decent spell. They're not doing anything. So it's just who blinks first. I mean, I haven't actually got anything to blink with. I haven't got any of my 8 creatures in the top 15. For whatever reason, I'm just topping lands off my 23 land deck. And now our opponent is too, because they didn't have any. Okay, let's just get all of our lands on the battlefield and then start the game. It's like a new game mode. Actually, so we want 4 left, so we could do this for 2. No point, no point. We could do this for 4 and then hold Destroy Evil if they counter our Syncopate. Maybe we Soul Partition, because they could still have a counter. So we try this, this gets countered, we then Destroy Evil once they pay a lot to bring it back in. Yeah, okay. So now they can't, so we can copy it. And we can then kill their copy. That felt vicious. I'm not celebrating yet. They got 6 cards in hand, but how many Fade-in Hopes are they going to have? Okay. Counter that one as well. All of a sudden we both go from full hands to empty hands. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we've got a Djinn back on the battlefield. Can't cancel that, unfortunately. Or that, unfortunately. Guess we're going to have to try and race. I don't know how we're going to get through so many spells. We need them to do a spell that we can counter. Okay. That certainly helps in the race. Assuming we can resolve it. We can. So can we just counter whatever tries to get rid of our Djinn and then we win? They don't have a counter, right? So what's your last card? Yes! Yes! I basically out mono blue, but we basically didn't use our white. We did a little bit. The surges. I like it. Okay. This deck is kind of hard for my brain. I'm not cut out for this, but I'm doing my best. Okay. Been on the draw, maybe not every time. Where are we last game? I can't remember. Feels like we're on the draw a lot. It's going to be mono red, isn't it? And then I'm going to struggle, but this is nice if it's mono red. Look, no sleeves, higher rank. I'm guessing mono red, and the mulligan. Everything points to mono red. All this mulliganing though, surely not mono red. You wouldn't mulligan, keep mulligan. Would you? Mono white? who seem to have died. Amazing that the opponent playing a crawling chorus could kill Arena. Be right back. Alright, just rejoining. There we go. Ready. Thank you for that game. I would say something to our opponent, but we could, you know, there's this bug where you can't chat if you've disconnected. Or I don't know if it's a bug, or yeah, it must be a bug. Don't know why that would possibly be intentional. So I guess we top decked a Djinn, did we? Blue-white chorus. Interesting. Maybe they're running Surge of Salvation. If they are, they didn't want to use it. But it did stick, so I think we will... Yeah. In that case, I will play my Djinn out. Because if it's just a matter of it dying, we can... Okay, we can be countering stuff now. Slash surging if it targets our stuff like this. Do 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 do. Yeah, let's get the other one down. Actually, if they have a board wipe, they could, couldn't they? Distorted Curiosity is nice. It's going to be a race now. A race that we should win. Get rid of that. And I reckon we... yeah. It did feel that way, didn't it, opponent? It did feel that way. Okay. We won't try and guess how that name is pronounced. Yeah, we're going first. Lovely. Do need to draw, but we can potentially scry as long as we've got a target. Is this blue-white? Is this white mono-white control again? We seem to be playing against a lot of white. Ooh, white-black. Maybe they will play a creature. No, but we can counter that at least. Please, deck, don't do this to me. Give me something to bounce. I don't want to, but I'm going to. Okay, good. Here you go, you can kill this. And I can feel that you're ossifying my Djinn. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Ooh. Oh, okay. Is this actually Esper or is this just a tri-land? Which of these do we go for? If we go for this, then we can cast Thirst. Doesn't matter if one of them dies. If they both die, I'll be a bit sad. If this is like a Sunfall, then I guess couldn't have protected them anyway. With the surge, it would have had to be a counter, but we haven't got one. Ooh. This is definitely some kind of control that they're facing with all these bank busters. Is it like Angels control? Maybe. So we'll get rid of one of these, shall we? Then what? This I think we want. I guess this? That's actually quite a hard decision. Could have got rid of the other Mentor and the hope that we could just force through these, but I don't know. I've got a thirst for discovery. I was hoping to draw something that would let me get rid of one of those two Angels. But I think we're going to have to accept that if they double block one of our Djinns, they die. Okay, good. So we can Syncopate for 2, or we can make disappear. We managed to resolve a Mentor. Well, we could stop it by make disappearing and sacking the Mentor. This is going to put the Seraph all of this. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Could have attacked with that first. Eventually we'll draw a way of bouncing these, won't we? Or March. We've got 2 of those in the deck. The Marches, yeah. That would just give us a victory on the spot, so we'll just be patient. Just want them to try and drop like a big Angel, give us a turn of like generating some prowess dudes. Try and do something expensive. That's not very great, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, I'd love to top deck a March now. They're going to give it Vigilance and attack. Lifelink? Vigilance. It's looking like we're going to have to trade at some point, so maybe I will just trade. Got another one anyway. Not exactly what we need right now, to be honest. So, yeah. This can counter for 4 now that we've got some tokens. At least we're making them think as much as we're thinking. Feels like it anyway. Got some triggers. Kind of need to be able to do those in our turn though. We will soon. Just give me even a Fading Hope would work. March would be ideal. Or even a Soul Partition would work. Oh, they're not waiting around to find out. Well, this guy's doing pretty well. Alright. Any target B. sure I like the sound of that very much. Yeah. I really like that one. This is much nicer. Still, I don't know how we never see our creatures in our opening hands. Fast game so far. I'm always amazed how much land you draw as well. 23 lands, still draw tons of it. It's a bit brutal. Just endless land draws. Don't mind me. Maybe they'll pop this early. What is going on here? Come on. 11 and we've got 7 lands. And we're running 23. Oh, they have popped it. Thank God. Where are my creatures? I have got creatures, I promise. This happened again. This happened last game and it came out okay for us. It's just a bit annoying. What is our opponent doing? They not got any creatures either. They've got a handful of destroy, haven't they? I mean... Okay. You can't do that. Now what? Thought that might be it, but... Just gives them a draw, right? It's not the end of the world. They're gonna have to discard this shit. Oh no, they got more lands than at the lost. This is a proper black control deck, man. Also, opponents clearly been beaten by too many mono blue decks through running all these main deck lands and at the losts. Why aren't they just running Graveyard Trespasser? Kind of want a little destroy battle over this card because then we just get a bunch of little prowess dudes. See, they get them, but we get all that removal out their hand and we still get all these creatures. I wonder if they have creatures or are they... Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty good against our Djinn, if we ever get one. 20 cards in and we haven't seen one yet, so I'm not holding any breath. Okay, this is more like it. Destroy, 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 destroy. Cityscape Leveler. Can't afford it. How much we got? 9. We need 10. We can copy when they after they've attacked. Like so. Not a massive fan of that.
Something suspicious is going on.
They didn't even want to make us discard. Wait, what are we drawing? What are we drawing here? Now they can't do the leveler. So they could just Liliana that away. Oops, have to pay 5 for that to work. Oh no. Ah, oh, why have I done this? I think we'd lost anyway. Oh man. Beaten by that trash. I mean, we just could not find our creatures. I found like 2 in the top 20 something cards. Oof. Okay. Okay. Where are our creatures? I think I've got 8 creatures in the deck. I need to do some maths, but the chance of having one in your opening hand must be higher than 50%. With 7 draws at a pool of 8 in 60 cards, it must be higher, and yet we never ever find them. I think I need a land now. Gonna have to find a land before we can accept a creature. Good. We've only got pain lands for blue, which is slightly annoying. Exile squeeze, nice. Will we ever draw a creature again? The golden question. Do we want to copy anything that they've got? Dragon Engine? No. It is an untapped blue, but I feel like we're going to draw loads of land anyway. Like, that's not the issue here. Yeah, there's an untapped blue as well. Well, not untapped. A blue, non-pain blue. Goodness, where are my creatures? I know one's on the bottom. I know one's down there, but... At least this has like a sort of almost like a turn's delay on refilling their hand. I don't want to go for it anyway. Okay, might as well get as many of these down as possible since they're not being removed. The opponent was basically pure creatures red by the looks of it. Oh no. Here comes the non-creatures. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Ouch. all falling apart for this deck now. Why am I struggling so hard at this basic matchup? This spell isn't great, is it? God. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if the C double we need to ditch. We'll give it another chance. Okay. Last one was actually quite painful because our opponent's deck wasn't very good and we still got smashed. I think this is okay. We've actually got some creatures for a change. Don't really want the march in your opening hand, and we would like a white land as well, but beggars can't be choosers. Well, there's that one. Sorted. It's just, can our opponent put too much... Yeah, I was going to say, they could probably put too much pressure before we actually even get a turn. Like, we're going to be taking 4 a turn, holding counters open. Not enough. Guess that could be helpful. Don't know really. Gonna have to take this. Could have let it resolve and then destroyed it maybe. Can do. Got another choice. I mean, I do need one more land now because then we can Djinn and actually hold something open. Land. Gonna have to just hope. Oh, if only I'd got a land, man. Could have easily fucked this thing up. These destroy evils. We're in serious doo-doo now. Give me a fucking land deck. I don't know what to say. Do not know what to say. Unless our opponent basically completely bricks this turn, then we might have a chance, because we could do this, this, and this, exiling this. Or exiling nothing, I suppose, because, you know, buy ourselves a turn. They have not completely bricked, so we will have to exile that. We can't actually do both. We've not even got 2 whites. What am I saying? So we will have to chump. Well, not chump, but block. The white land I can't use. I can't use it, boy. So they're going to get 2 4/4s. This does something. None of that does anything. Ouch. Okay. Just played a couple whilst I was out on the dog walk, so obviously didn't record them. And I would not describe this as a dog walk deck in fairness. Or as CGB would call them, like toilet gaming. This deck is too difficult for dog walks, but I did win both. So if you're noticing that the ranking doesn't look consistent, that's why. I played one against the fight rigging deck, and one against... I can't remember the other one. And they were both relatively swift, easy wins, to be honest. Unlike what this one is looking like. More flipping mono white control. You guys love this shit, don't you? You really do. Non-land permanent. But we'll just... I think we'll do this. I don't really want that around, do we? So let's just crack a mentor in. He'll get jibbed. Like, this is just a sacrificial land to slow the opponent down. It's going to get laid to arms or whatever it's called, or ossified or something. If they let that live, that's bad news for them. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully manage to slow them down a little bit so that we can now run this out. Protect it with this or with this if we want to. Inquisitor, fine. And submit 0. Just phase them out. So we'll hold on to this for this. Like that. And we'll get attacking, I think. Interesting. Discard 2. I think we should keep that. So let's get rid of these two. So we're going to get this back. We're not till our end step, so it gets rid of it for a long time. This is junk. Hold on to it for now. Okay, we've got both in play and some mana open, so hopefully we can counter the Eternal Wanderer when it comes back, if it comes back. Opponents ripping through their own lands anyway. Probably counter whatever dangerousness they want to do to us here. Yeah, didn't think that one through that well. Then against the blue deck, that is a risky play. I think in the interest of getting a bit more damage in, we'll do this. Now we can feed in Haughty Djinn if we need to, if there's another board wipe or something like that. No, good. See you on another one. So definitely on the way up. So we started at 0 pips, so we're 4 positive at the moment, which is good to see. Let's keep going. Okay. We're winning sometimes on the draw, which is nice. That is the, it's got the blue tempo nature. Means we can catch back up if we have to in some scenarios. As long as we get enough lands. Opponent doing not a lot in this game. Could be another fight rigging deck. Or a nothing deck. I don't think it's actually worth jamming a creature here because we're literally running into black. Guess we'll just get rid of that. Yeah. Get everything cheaper. Okay, we can phase this out.
This fight finished before brunch.
Ooh, okay.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Interesting. Then we'll get rid of that.
Fine.
Hold all of this open. Okay.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like.
Just do this.
Off you go.
Okay. Do you mind if that gets mine if they make us discard? No, we don't. So we'll just start going for the win because it feels like we're only a couple of turns off if they plus this. Yeah. So if we cast anything, this stays alive. So we could just partition like this. Can't play that this turn. Yeah, the token dies, but like this, and then we can well, I guess they can Liliana if they mine us, so I just have to sack this. I wanted to try and create a token to sack, but we can't really. Got another one.
Haven't you ever heard of personal?
Yep, sweet. Though that was the fight deck, wasn't it, for Obliterator, but it's too weak against blue, that deck. Alright, get this and then we rank up. 1st of May, we'll already be up 1 rank. That's what we want to do. Okay. Yep, we'll put blue. So that partly so this doesn't stick, partly so they think we could have a counter. Is this when you cast? No, and it enters the battlefield, so we can wait, because we can make disappear something dangerous or Soul Partition this. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Could destroy Evil It when it comes in, but they're giving them a free trigger on this, which, yeah, I'm sure there'll be other stuff to destroy in this big green deck. Okay, like this one. There we go. Oh, poor opponent sleeping. We'll keep that basic land for this. Okay. Come on, dude. Silverback Elder. Okay, can definitely discard the basic since we've got 3 others. Whenever you cast, this is, so that the thing doesn't even need to resolve. We're still behind in this race. That'll help. Alright, that's it. Oh, kids, okay. No. Fine. Gain 2 life, but you're still 2-shottable. You should have put a counter on that. Do 7 this turn, 8 next turn. That's fine. Guess they could gain life with this. So what we should do is slip that out the back. Stop them gaining any life. That's normally me, that green player, but today no. What the fuck? Okay, let's have a quick look at the statistics for the deck. So, I played 12 games in total over a course of an hour, and only had a 58% win rate. I say only, it's still positive, obviously, we're still climbing up, but really what I want to look at is the last 10 where we had the Thirst for Discoveries in. This did make a big difference to the deck. As I said, I just cut out like a few copies of each thing, put in 4 Thirsts, and this has made it makes the deck a lot smoother. I think it's helping us a lot on the draw, you know, where we need to gain ahead, get a little bit of like card advantage. The Thirst for Discovery is making a big difference. So I would like to take these stats as the actual stats of the deck and ignore the version I played where we didn't have this in. So yeah, maybe this is closer. Maybe it's somewhere between these two where this deck actually lies. I think it is actually a really strong deck. I think it probably would play all right in best of 3 as well, to be honest, because you can tailor, you know, this suite of different instants and sorceries that we have to cater for the right thing. The only thing would be that it could be slightly weak to Graveyard Hate, because if they, you know, Graveyard Hate us, we can't. The Djinn doesn't get his power. It could be tricky. But maybe there'll be ways to avoid that. Until I experiment with it, I don't really know. But you know, in terms of fun, I think it's really good fun. It's quite hard. You need to think a bit about what your opponent could have and what they might be doing over the next couple of turns. But a really good, interesting deck that's going to be a bit of a climber. So going to use this a little bit to head us back towards Mythic this season. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. It does mean a lot that you guys tune in. I think the number of people watching the videos has gone up, which is nice to see, particularly given the set's been out for a while now and we've lost that initial buzz. So maybe soon it'll be time to flex a little bit of alchemy in again, but let's see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it, those who make it all the way to the end. If you did hear this, do leave me a comment, but otherwise, bye for now. See you next time.